This is The Works. It's the complete match series of videos I produced when Newcastle played Everton at home and lost 3-2. I'm Ken, and this is Inside The Toon. Newcastle take on Everton, traditional Saturday afternoon 3 p.m. kickoff at St James's Park on Saturday. Eddie's held his press conference, so let's see what he had to say, shall we? Only a couple of topics really discussed at Eddie's press conference through the questions asked by the journalist. One, obviously, the injury list, which we'll go through in a moment, and then the constant media barrage of rumours with Newcastle players leaving. And we got the Champions League thrown in for fun as well. So Tino first. Still early March. We think he's on track for that. He's been training, not with us, but separately running for a period of time. When he comes back, he'll be in a good place. I don't think it'll be too long to wait. On Jacob Ramsey's injury, we hope that he'll train with us today. Fingers crossed for tomorrow. Bruno's in Brazil and recovering from his nasty injury. Eddie said, I've had some good contact with Bruno. He seems very positive with his injury and how he feels. He has done a lot of work. He's being well looked after as well. We hope that he can come back and give us the push at the back end of the season. We have to treat his injury carefully. On Lewis Miley, he had a bit more to say this week. We've just been advised with Lewis to be careful with his injury. It was a dead leg, a knock. There was some muscle disruption. He has had a couple of injections, and I think he has one more to come. I think we're waiting for a couple of weeks for Lewis. We're being careful to get him back in a good place. And there's also the message about Jacob Ramsey again. The rumours are going to come thick and fast, to be honest. After the press conference, both Craig Hope and Keith Downey came out with videos basically saying that we've got Anthony Gordon under a very good contract. So if he does end up deciding to go in the summer like Isak did, then we'll be well placed to get a good fee for him. Obviously, I don't want that to happen. I think Anthony Gordon's a star, and I think if he goes to the World Cup, he'll come back even bigger and better. So Eddie had this to say about him. In the age we're at, there's always rumours and speculation. I don't see probability 90% of it. It comes with the territory of being a top player. You've got to put it out of your brain and focus on the football. I have not seen the story, so it's news to me. It's sort of your industry creating these stories, talking to the journalist and the media. I am slightly secluded to it. If you don't read it, you don't know who is being linked with who. I think it's irrelevant, really. It's how players react to that. I think they will become robust enough to ignore it and concentrate on playing. Exactly right. I mean, Anthony Gordon's stats recently are just phenomenal. He's returned a goal and an assist in the last 3 outings. When filtered by the last 6 home matches, only one midfielder has registered a higher expected goal involvement, XG, figure that is 5.07. Geez, that's high. Eddie was asked about the Champions League draw. This was before it was made. He said, really special and really positive for us. I think we're just grateful we can't get Man City. We are looking forward to what the draw brings, and we will look forward to that game when it comes around. On the possibility of facing Chelsea or Barcelona in the last 16 of the draw, he said, a strange occurrence. You could play them, Chelsea, 3 times in a week. We had a great game against them here. I thought we were outstanding. I really respect them. And of course, they have a new manager since that game. The Barcelona game at home was very similar. I thought we played well. We're in a great position. Whoever we get is a mouth-watering for us. Well, we got Barcelona. We play them home on the 10th on the Tuesday and away on the 18th in Barcelona. 5:45 UK time kickoff. So something to look forward to, but Everton on Saturday first for 3 points. So that wraps up Eddie's press conference. It does feel like Groundhog Day sometimes when we go through the motions of injuries, rumours, and who's up next. But we got these run of home games now, and we need to make the most of it. So if you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe, absolutely free. If you're on TikTok, hit the follow button as well. But next up for me will be the match day and predictions video coming out on Saturday morning. Away the lads, I'm Ken, and this is Inside the Toon. Newcastle take on Everton at St James's Park, 3 o'clock today, and this is your match day programme. I'm Ken, and this is Inside the Toon. Let's look first at Newcastle's form. In the Cups, it's been good. In the FA Cup, the Champions League recently has been very good. We scored a lot of goals with our new forward line of Anthony Gordon, in Barnes, in Elanga, in Murphy, with Big Nick sitting behind them. So it's brought out some big nights, and we've met the challenges. But domestically, it's a bit uneven. We're mid-table, as you'll see in a minute, and we really need the 3 points against Everton to move up and start pressing for those European spaces for next season, because that's what we're looking at as a challenge now. And one player that's really stood up following Bruno's injury that's going to keep him out for quite a few weeks is Sandro Tonali. Ole, ole. He was player of the match in the Champions League win against Carabao, 3-2 at home on Tuesday. So the players have had a couple of days off and then have been back in training, ready for the match against Everton. But Sandro's numbers, especially his passing, 75 passes out of 81, and that's a 90+% success rate, and he scored. So continuing with the theme of goals, 17 goals scored in the last 6 matches, 4 wins and 2 losses, 10 conceded, mainly through obviously the European Cup momentum. But we've had strong away wins at Spurs, Villa and Carabao now. And just that Brentford match, which seems a bit of a distant memory now. But we got the momentum, we got the big mo, and the players are up for this. So let's hope they do it against Everton. Another player that had a good game against Carabao was Barnes, Harvey Barnes. 8.0 on SofaScore, 1 assist, big chance created 2, and key passes 3. To our success, and we need to look after him. I think January he was by the end of January he was a bit worn out. He's had a few minutes on the bench recently to help, and let's hope he's firing on all guns on Saturday afternoon. Looking at our opponents, first of all, their manager Moyles, fantastic manager, did incredibly well at West Ham, and then they got rid of him. But that's football. He's gone back to Everton. He's stabilised the boat that was rocking towards the relegation door, and he's pulled them up by their bootstraps, and they sit just above us in the league. But they've had some decent results recently. However, there is inconsistency in their performances. So we're going to have to wait and see. Last two matches, 2-1 loss it to Bournemouth, and then at home to Man U 1-0, although I personally think they were unlucky in that match. Grealish is out, but that's their only major injury at the moment. So to sum up, Newcastle are 11th, Everton are 9th. We're 1 point behind Everton. So technically it's a mid-table battle, but I think there's quite a distance between the two teams, personally. Newcastle's got the momentum coming off of the European success, and Everton have to come back from two recent losses. So a quick visual of the league table and where we're positioned at the moment. If we do win on Saturday, we'll go above Everton. And if the results go our way, we could be in 8th position by Saturday evening. Quick look at the fixtures coming up Saturday and Sunday. And I think Villa play away to Wolves on Friday evening. And quick look at this. You got the Arsenal-Chelsea London derby. You got Leeds-Man City. Might be an upset there. You never know. Liverpool-West Ham under lights at Anfield. And like I say, Wolves in Villa on Friday evening. So don't go anywhere. My predictions are coming up next. So I've got my crystal ball out, and I've predicted the team that Eddie will pick. And I've been wrong virtually every time this season. And I'll also predict the score as well. However, don't put your shirt or your house or anything else on it. My score predictions normally are not correct. So the likely setup's either going to be a 4-3-1-2 formation or a 4-3-3. Pope's back in goal for me. Trippier, Chow and Botman in Hall. I'm giving Dan Burn a rest. And then midfield, if Ramsey's fit, I'd play Ramsey, Tonali and Joe Linton. If Ramsey's not fit, then probably Willock. They're interchangeable for me. Big Nick sitting behind Barnes, who'll come out from the wide, and then Gordon, who'll be drifting from the middle out wide as well. So we'll see what happens, shall we? So my thoughts on the score and how it'll be played out. I think the home crowd will drive Newcastle to victory. And the pressure will overwhelm Everton. Newcastle's press will prove too strong. Our tempo, hopefully it'll be too much for Everton. Home advantage, obviously, again. And Gordon's facing his old club. I've gone for 2-0. It could be more. Everton appear to be a tight unit in the back. However, we might disprove that, hopefully, with goals. I'd like to keep a clean sheet because it's been a long time again, and it will help with the morale. So that's the match day program, including the predictions, team and score. Up next will be the Eddie's team news, and I can't wait for it. So if you like the video, hit the like button, please. Subscribe to see more, absolutely free. If you're on TikTok, hit that follow button. Away the lads, I'm Ken, and this is Inside The Toon. Newcastle play Everton at 3 p.m. and Eddie Howe has named his team. So let's take a look at it, shall we? Eddie's announced his team. So here we go. Pope, defence of Trippier, Hall, Chow and Burn. Midfield of Ramsey, Tonali, Joe Linton. And then Big Nick sitting in front of them. Langer out wide and Gordon most likely down the middle or on the wing. We'll have to wait and see. So defensive, only one goalie on the subs bench today, Ramsdale. Botman, good to see him back on the bench. Visser as well. Barnes, Asula, Jacob Murphy, Willock, Alex Murphy and Sahar. That is a stronger bench that we've had for some time now, given that we had 3 goalies in the Champions League and 2 goalies in the last league match. So, yes, good. Let's see how we get on, shall we? So that's Eddie's team. Eddie's been on a journey at Newcastle, which has been nothing more than transformational since he arrived. He arrived during one of the club's most uncertain periods. He's rebuilt belief, identity, and the ambition from the ground up. Howe has united players, supporters, and the city through hard work, tactical clarity, and relentless standards. From relegation fears to European nights at St James's Park, Newcastle have rediscovered pride and purpose under his leadership. Young talents have flourished, senior players have evolved, and the team now competes with confidence against Europe's elite. Howe hasn't just improved results, he has restored Newcastle United's soul and reawakened dreams across Tyneside. Howay there, lads. Let's get into them. Half-time, Newcastle 1, Everton 2, and this is how it's played out in the first half. So a new formation, Joe Linton started out on the left wing, Big Nick midfield, and Gordon up front. We didn't really get the ball for about the first 15 minutes or so. Everton controlled the possession, and it just wasn't working. And our best player in this period was Ramsey. 19th minute, corner Everton, goal Everton. A header from about 6 yards out, following the corner, and the first mistake by Newcastle, 1-0 down. So again, Ramsey playing well. Hilanger started to get into the game, and it still wasn't working. So in the 30th minute or so, formation change. Eddie changed it. Gordon to the left, Big Nick to centre forward, and Joe Linton back into midfield, because we really were not controlling this game. And within 2 minutes, Jacob Ramsey had scored 1-1, a right-footed shot from outside the box. Unfortunately, a massive mistake in the 34th minute by Nick Pope. He spills it following a close-range shot. Everton 2-1. And 2 mistakes and we're 2-1 down. Hall and Gordon started to get into the rhythm in the 40th minute. They created something from an overlap across, but no one there, unfortunately. So we had a spell here where we had about 2 or 3 corners, and we started to look really promising. But my thought was we just can't put enough passes together to really test Everton at the moment. If you look at the attack momentum charts, you can see Everton in blue there. We're in the green at the top. So it was a first half of 2 halves. We're back in this game. I think there is goals for Newcastle, but we do need to avoid any more mistakes. Otherwise, we will lose this game. Newcastle lose on a very frustrating afternoon to Everton at St James's Park, 3-2. 3 mistakes by us, and Everton go away with the 3 points. I went into the second half feeling that we would score again. and take control, because we had dominated the latter part of the first half. It didn't start well. Ramsey came up the tunnel, threw up, went back down the tunnel. Willett came on his sub. Murphy and Barnes came on in the 56th minute. Elanga, Big Nick went off. Big Nick's really struggling. He played half of the first half as a midfielder, and then the rest of it as an attacker. Everton hit the bar in the 65th minute when it was probably easier to score, and we were still in this game at this point. So we continue to dominate the ball and most of the play, although at the back we did look really shaky at times. They still, Visser came on and had a shot that went off target, a couple of attempts from Gordon and Harvey in this period, and then eventually Jacob Murphy scores in the 82nd minute, relief all round, slight deflection, 2-2, and a great piece of work by Joe Linton to make it all happen. 2-2, and I'm thinking we'll go on in press and try and get that winning goal. However, I think it was about 60 seconds. Everton go up the other end and score straight away. Gordon loses the ball, and the rest is a goal. Barry scores. Sulla came on for Gordon in the 86th minute. Newcastle pressing a lot. Everton, it was their Alamo, or maybe it was our Alamo actually. Dan Burn is booked for being an argument and being very frustrated with the referee. And then probably the classiest bit of the match as far as football is concerned, Sonali volleys, and Pickford pulls off a world-class save, or at least save of this season anyhow. And that's it for the game. How did we lose this? Obviously now there's going to be a huge amount of analysis on social media by the journalist, by the team, by Eddie and the staff. We just cannot continue to keep losing home matches 3-2. I know we beat Leeds 4-3. We're scoring, but we're just not defending. And the road ahead isn't pretty. There's no international break when you need one. Where are they? And we play Barcelona, Man City, Man U, and before the international break. It'd be nice to have Bruno back. It'd be nice if Livramento can come back in early March. And it'd be nice if they could sort out Miley. The older legs look tired today, Burn and Trippier. Pope really will want to forget this match totally. Whether Ramsdale comes in for Man U in midweek, there'll be something for Eddie to ponder over. But we're not in a good place. Excuse me. Finishing in a European spot now in the league looks starting to look harder, and we still need those 8 wins or 9 wins now to get up to about 60 points. So again, the schedule's not nice to us, the injuries are not nice to us, our success is now starting to hurt. The League Cup run, the FA Cup run, and the Champions League run. We all enjoy this, all this football, but it's relentless at the moment. Every 3 days or every 4 days there's a match, and it's been like this since November. But that's my analysis. I've got the final word report coming out tomorrow, and we'll talk a bit more about what I think, about what the players think, what Eddie thinks, and what everybody else thinks as well. Sad face. Weekends are not fun when Newcastle lose. No time is good when Newcastle lose. 60 plus years of this, and it still hurts. It really does hurt. Man U next, whether we turn up and we can defend. We'll have to wait and see, won't we? But final word tomorrow. If you liked the video, because I know you won't like the result, unless you're an Everton fan, of course, then please hit the like button. I'm going to continue doing this season and see how I get on. And hit the subscribe button if you want to see more. Or if you're watching this on TikTok, hit the follow button. Thank you very much. Do your best to have a nice weekend or whatever. Newcastle took on Everton at St James's Park, a 3 p.m. Saturday kickoff, just like the old days. Unfortunately, just like the old days, sometimes we lost 3-2, and I'm extremely disappointed and frustrated. It was a tough afternoon for the players and Eddie and the staff and the fans. In the ground, in the fans, like me, in the armchairs. Everton took the lead twice, and twice we came back, and then the third time we just threw it away within a minute of equalising and looking like we might have about another 15 minutes to try and take the winner. It wasn't to happen. Our defence was punished again, and we're making too many mistakes. And Premier League European hopes for next season are dwindling. Eddie was put through the ringer in the post-match press conference, and you could see the disappointment on his face and the frustration with the way that the afternoon had gone. He said inexplicably we conceded straight after scoring twice. We made a few unfortunate errors, and it's not a good look for us at the moment. It's never down to one person, though. It's a team. Asked about the Premier League form, he said our form for a while has not been strong enough. It's not been good enough. We know that. We take responsibility for that. It's been really frustrating. The peril of Europe, I'm afraid, when we try to be laser focused on every game and we give attention to every game with the same importance. But with the deluge of games, your focus can be swayed. Our Premier League return in recent weeks has been nowhere near the level that it has been historically. Jacob Ramsey scored his Premier League goal for Newcastle and didn't celebrate because we were losing and just ran straight back to the halfway line. Focused, that's what we expect. And but congratulations on your first goal, Jacob. Sorry that you got sick at half-time as well. So the point slipped away, and Eddie was obviously going through all the emotions in this press conference. He said, I don't see the players not trying. I see sometimes maybe the other way, where they're over-trying. I felt attacking-wise, we could still do loads better today, but we had enough balls around the box. We had enough crossing opportunities, half chances, and Sandro hit that volley at the end. Focusing on the job to get the momentum back and the confidence back, he said there's just been too many individual errors. It's costing us goals, and we can't do that at this level. It's not a good showing for us, so we need to focus on that. Both goals took slight deflections, and both were long shots. So Jacob Murphy scored our second equaliser. Great goal, and he did celebrate it in his usual fashion. The formation when we started out was different from normal. We had Big Joe Linton on the wing. We had Big Nick behind is a 10 in midfield, and Gordon and Elanga up front. So it didn't work, and Eddie made the change and decision to reset as part of his game management. He was open and honest and said, we didn't like it and we changed it. On the volume of games, he was asked, is it he said, yeah, it's a challenge to lift ourselves back into the Premier League after European games. A big physical effort, and we haven't done well enough. It's not for the lack of effort, but we have to do better. There are no breaks for us, and we have to regroup quickly. So our fight back today was unrewarded. We generally bring out the best in Jordan Pickford, and right at the end, a superb volley from Sandro Tonali and a world-class save, probably the save of the season so far. It's so frustrating at the moment. So stats, XG, shots, chances, fouls and saves. All the numbers on the screen here. And yeah, we had the shots. We did foul more today. But we didn't really have we only had the one big chance, and our XG was less than Everton's. Cruel late blow though. So look at the reactions after the match, journalists and YouTubers. Craig Hope said that didn't work, referring to the formation at the beginning of the match, which Eddie changed out when he didn't like it. Geordie Journos said it's unacceptable. Keith Downey said we self-imploded. Paul at the Toon Review said epic win for Everton. And yeah, I think we're all saying the same thing. We need a reset. We need to defend. We need to stop letting the goals in. You cannot score 2 goals in every match and let in 3. It's that simple. You have to defend first and then score second. So thank you for watching. That's the end of this match series. Everton. Next up is Manchester United on Wednesday. And as I record this on Sunday afternoon, they're losing 1-0 at half-time. So that's great. Maybe we can do the same to them on Wednesday. So take care. I'm Ken, and this is Inside The Toon.